everybody. Welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Today's pick a card is a personal reading. All right, so these readings are meant to be like a personal reading, that you receive something very unique to you in your situation right now. Okay, so I created a breakdown. This is what we're going to be looking at. So we're going to take a look at your current energy, energy around you, things to work/focus on, what's coming in and what you don't see. Okay. Pardon my handwriting there, but yeah, that's what we're looking at today. Okay, so we're going to take a little deep dive into your personal situation. All right, so we are going to introduce your piles to you now. As we do that one at a time, we're also going to choose our numbers. Okay, so we have numbers from 1 to 12 here. And since we have 4 piles today, we're going to have 3 numbers per pile. Okay, so if you're not familiar with this, this can be a random number, a favorite number, a life path number, birthday, birth month, random number, angel number. Okay, completely up to you how you pick your pile and you know, how you do it, and if you want to do it that way. Okay, completely your call. We just try to get a couple options here for people, so everyone can feel comfortable picking in their own way. All right, so pile number 1 here, we have the amethyst, and we have the strength card. Now I'm going to pick numbers for pile number 1, so pause the video now if you do not have your number ready, or numbers. Ten. 7. And 6. 10, 7, 6 for pile number 1. Pile number 2 has the jade, and the magician card with existence, and the numbers for pile number 2 are 9, 1, and 2. 9, 1, and 2 for pile number 2. Pile number 3 has the rhodonite, and prosperity begins with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, and the numbers for pile number 2 are 12, 3, and 4. 12, 3, and 4 for pile number 3. Pile number 4 has the howlite, and the Queen of Cups, the therapist. Okay, and the numbers for pile number 4 are 8, 5, and 11. 8, 5, 11 for pile number 4. Okay, so with that being said, I'll give you guys a few moments to meditate on the piles here, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is your personal reading at this time. Okay, so we're going to dive into your energy and the energy around you, what's coming in, what we need to focus on. Okay, I'm going to keep this here just to keep our focus. All right, and we have amethyst as your stone, which I'll put over here. Your numbers are 10, 7, and 6. And your main card, which my intention was to have as your current energy, that would be your significator. Okay, so we have strength here. Now, I do want to clarify this energy of strength. And so let's ask Spirit. This is the deck they want to use for your clarification about maybe you're trying to be strong, or maybe you have been very strong in a situation, or you've come out of something, you know, you faced something. But let's see. Let's clarify this card. All right, so we have the Magician in reverse with conceited. Can we please get more? By the way, this is the only deck that I take reversals, okay, because there are specific meanings. So we have the Hangman upright with perception. And then we have the Three of Pentacles upright with association. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so this is your current energy. Okay, so I'm kind of getting that you've been seeing something in a new way along the lines or in the realm of working with other people or bringing other people on to your creation, to your family, to your life, working with other people, or, you know, maybe this is expanding a family or expanding a business or expanding a, you know, a project to bring someone else on or other people on, or maybe this is you going into like teaching, okay? I think you're coming around to the idea that maybe you're not meant to be solo or work solo. It almost, this Magician in reverse with the conceited is almost making me feel like this was almost an egoic thing of like, oh, I can do it myself, or I don't need anyone. This is my thing, you know, not, it just felt like I was very much in my own energy and I didn't want to bring anyone else on. And maybe it wasn't even an intentional thing, but maybe you had to start something up of your own or by yourself, or maybe you were just enjoying your own energy, you know, for a while, and just being with this thing or being with yourself or creating something of your own. Okay, but with the Hangman and perception, there's something about the perception changing. And it's almost like because you've been very strong, maybe doing your own thing or being on your own for a long time, it's almost like there was a source of pride, maybe in your life. You know, I can do it myself, I can do it on my own, this is my, you know, thing or business or whatever it is. And I think you have become extremely strong and balanced through that, right? But I think this has now taken you as far as it can go in this certain energy or in this type of way. And it's almost like now, I don't know if you're thinking about bringing someone else on, or you know what, it actually would be nice to expand this, or to work with somebody, or you know, to maybe start putting myself out there again as far as like dating, or maybe you and someone have, you know, maybe it's time to start talking about kids, or it's time to start teaching this skill, right? Maybe I've really hit some level of success, and now I'm like, well, maybe I should teach this, or maybe I should, you know, expand on this kind of thing. That's what I'm getting here with all of these cards. There's a perception that's shifting or shifted recently. And it's like going from solo to I'm strong enough now to take on this next thing, or to expand this in a new way, or to bring someone in, right? To expand my life in a new way, and that means expanding my community or making room for someone else. Okay, so what are we going to look at next? We're going to look at what's coming in now. Okay. Okay, so what's now coming in? So we have the Six of Swords. Okay, so we're in transition. There's a transition happening. Okay, this could be a move. This could be just energy shifting forward, but it's like, yeah, it's time to shift. Actually, we're going to put this at the center here. Death. Six of Pentacles. And Judgment. Yeah, so again with the six, reciprocated energy, you know, charity, balance. We've got 2 sixes here. And then we have 2 major arcana. So there's an awakening. And in both of these, we have death and the judgment. In the judgment, we see bones as well. There's a bit of death in this awakening. So there is something new here that we're moving into. And this could be, I'm almost getting it's been built from the past. Like the past is a very important part to play in this, or where you've been, or the work that you've been doing up until now is like the cornerstone, or the building blocks, the foundation for what's now to come, for this new growth that we're moving into, this next transitionary period of us having more balance in our lives, of giving and receiving. And I think that has a lot to do with other people being involved, whether that's like an investor, or that's you teaching, or maybe you going to school, or you know, bringing on a relationship. There's like a new balance. There's something else that comes into your life that's here to make your life easier, right? It's here to make your life more balanced and full and whole, right? It's like the other side. It's almost like I feel like you've reached some kind of success, or you've gotten to a really good place in one aspect of your life, and now it's time for the other aspect, whether that be love, or that be, you know, career expansion or career success, right? There's one side that's been like, you're good, and now it's like, now it's time to, okay, expand. Now it's time to bring something else on to make this more full and whole, in its success, in its love, in its prosperity. And it's going to make your life more easeful, more peaceful, more loving, more abundant, more successful. And this is part of a major awakening, actually. in your life. This is part of an up-leveling, okay? This is definitely connected with your purpose, and it's like the natural next step. And it could definitely come off of the back of maybe a difficult beginning or a difficult past, okay? But something is transforming here. The way you do something, the way you present something, how you show up, or just your life in general, it's going to look very different, but it's in a very good way. It's here to bring balance and peace and love and reciprocity, okay? And balance. It's here to bring balance. It's here to help you, okay? Okay. Interesting. I almost want to get one more because it's like, what is this? The Hermit. Yeah, it's like you've been maybe on your own, doing your own thing, working on yourself or working on your own thing for a while. And it's time to come out of hermit mode. It's time to come out of your isolation or doing something on your own, or, you know, being in your own space or energy. It's time to expand. It's time to extend beyond yourself at this point. Okay. All right. So let's move to the energy around you. What is around our pile number ones? This one, yes. This one. No. This one. Okay. The energy around pile number one. Passion. Look at that. Ace of Wands. Awesome. So there's a new beginning, a new passionate beginning filled with love, excitement, fun, passion, right? This could be creative passion, right? A creative expansion. This could be passion, you know, loving passion, romance. This could be, you know, a child. This is creation, right? Something new is being created in your life. That is here to make your world grow and expand and become more balanced out. Oh, look at that. Harmony, the lovers, exactly. Harmony. It's here to bring harmony, and we kept getting that other balance, right? There's something here to help you, to make life feel more full, whole, balanced, okay? And we have the 6. So it's definitely, we have 3 6s here, 666. So there's definitely something of the physical happening. Okay, something's coming into your physical world, something's transforming. I really think this is a manifestation that you have been desiring, maybe for a while, okay? And it's time for the balance to come in, okay? It's time for ease, it's time for harmony. Okay, so we have crown chakra. We have the 9 of Wands, spiritual strength. And we have the 6 of Cups, memories of love. So I'm just going to move these up a bit. Yeah, I think with the Hermit, with strength, now with spiritual strength, this 9 of Wands here, I think you have really gained a lot from this time and the energy around you. I think you're ready. I think you've, with strength being your main card of your energy, you have gained so much strength, okay, on your own, doing your own thing, being on your own, making it on your own, right? This was here to really, really build you up. Into a very strong, spiritually strong, physically strong, emotionally strong person, right? Who can really take on anything. And I think you've really shown yourself that you can handle it, right? You can handle whatever comes your way. I think it's really helped your confidence. It's helped your inner peace. your inner world, okay? But it's also, it's time to let this go. It's time to let this part of life go, of being so strong or having to do it on your own. It's time to release this, because it's almost at this point, you don't have to do it. It's time to put it down. It's time to put it down, and it's time to open up to something beautiful and new and exciting and passionate, right? I feel like you've done the heavy lifting and you've gotten yourself to a really beautiful point, but the other side of this now of your life and you're learning and you're growing is to allow in a higher form of love and a higher form of being and a higher form of strength, okay? It's time to allow something else in your life to help you, to love you, to expand with you. It's time to come into harmony with a new creation or a new desire, something that has really is part of a deeper spiritual awakening. It's almost like the next part of your spiritual learning is to be learned in relationship with someone else or with this other thing, okay? In creation or in love, in passion, in romance, in togetherness, in expansion, okay? So we're releasing the idea of having to do it all ourselves or lift all of ourselves, and we're letting that go, right? We're letting that maybe hyper independence go. We're releasing the idea that, you know, I don't need anyone or I don't need help or, you know, it's because even though that may be true, why deny ourselves the love of other or help or assistance or charity or investment, you know, with expansion? This other energy that's coming in is here for us to prosper in a deeper way and feel deeply, expand spiritually for the next, you know, leg of the journey, if you will. Okay, so what you don't see. What you don't see. Ten of Wands. What you don't see is that you having to carry everything yourself is ending. You having to do it all on your own and feeling burdened, feeling like the world is on your shoulders and yours alone. You having to, you know, carry so much, lift so much, do so much on your own, right? With very little help or no help at all. That's ending. That's coming to an end. Okay, some other energy is coming in to help you, to balance this out, to assist you, to make life easier, feel more supported, okay? Feel more balanced, okay? That it's almost time to put down the burden. Put it down. It's coming off of your shoulders. And the Five of Wands. Okay, it's time for the fighting and the competition and feeling like life is a struggle and like I have to fight to get where I want or to get what I want or just to maybe even live or survive. That's coming to an end, and what is taking its place, okay, is harmony, is community, is marriage maybe, or the relationship that you've always wanted, that feeling and sense of safety, security. Okay, a big milestone is here, and it's going to feel like I've been running this race. It's been hard. It's been a battle, right? An uphill battle, and then you get here and it's all over. You can put it down, and I just feel supported. I feel safe. I feel free. Okay. And the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're coming to the end of a long maze, of a long karmic cycle that you've been in, but you're finding your path through, you're finding your answer, you're having your breakthrough, okay? And you're gonna be freed of feeling of this is all on me, this is, you know, it's too much for me, You're either getting the support you need in a friend, in a, you know, in a career space, in a partnership, in a romantic connection. Okay, there's someone here that's got your back, that's going to help you, that's going to make life easier for you, that's going to make the way forward feel peaceful, easeful, more prosperous, more abundant, happier. Okay, this is here to free you, and to make life feel more balanced, equal, fair. Okay, instead of feeling like it's always on you or it's always on your shoulders. You having to carry it alone. And look at this with the world. What you don't see is that this is a huge part of your life coming to a close, a successful close. Okay, you're like closing the door on this whole chapter and you're opening the door to a new, and you're feeling free. You're feeling free of the burden of the past, of the karma of the past, and you're so elated. Okay, this is about an up-leveling, okay, an upliftment of you and your life. This is about the next chapter in your spiritual growth and your life as a human being, okay, the next level. Yeah, Knight of Swords, determination, okay, determination forward, ready, determined, let's go, you know, new choices, action being taken, feeling whole, feeling loved, feeling ready to take on this next chapter, feeling ready to take action, and feeling that sense of emotional safety, security, and love. And this could also be someone else coming towards you, okay? Something you don't see yet is you and someone else are coming together, okay, are making your way towards each other. Yeah, but you will not be doing this or on this path solo, or feeling like, you know, you have all of this weight on you for long. Things are coming into balance, into harmony, into prosperity, into ease, into safety. You're finding the way through. You're having a breakthrough. All right, pile number 1, that was your reading today. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this gave you something that you needed along your path today. And please let me know in the comments if it was, if it did. Also let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already and you enjoyed this reading today, and if you'd like to know more about your own personal journey, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one, pile 1. All of my love. Peace. Hello, hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your personal reading. We are looking into what is your energy about, what's going on in your life, and how can we help you understand it or move forward in the most positive and light-filled way that we can. Okay, we're going to look into this for you now. We have Jade as your stone. We have 9, 1, and 2 as your numbers. And we have the Magician with existence. And I actually had the intention, this is our chart here of what we're looking into. So we have your current energy, your personal energy. We have what's coming in, the energy around you, things to work/focus on. And then we have what you don't see. So my intention was that this card is going to be your personal energy, your current energy. And we're going to clarify this with some other cards, but it just looks like you have this like potential open in front of you, almost like you're starting off on a brand new cycle, a brand new path, and you're just at one with existence. And maybe you're just in this open space where maybe nothing has manifested yet, or nothing has fully grounded quite yet. Maybe there's just a lot of potential around you, or this feeling of peace and openness. But yeah, so let's look into this. Let's clarify your current energy and see what this is all about for you here. Pile 2's current energy. 3 of Cups, beautiful. Yeah, there's this feeling of like acceptance, presence, gratitude for where you are, you know, yeah, this openness. Wow, look at that. 10 of Pentacles, beautiful. Wow. and the Page of Wands. Okay. All right, so maybe something has manifested already, is grounded here with the 10 of Pentacles, because this is your current energy. So 3 of Wands, 3 of Cups, you are celebrating something, or something is like, there's this deep, immense gratitude. Maybe you have recently won an award. Maybe you have reached a certain goal, and you're just feeling really present and one with existence, and really one with source. Like maybe a wish has come true. You know, a certain energy is really pulled through for you, and it's just like, wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe my life is expanding like this. I can't believe, oh, this card wants to come through. Look at that, Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's like you've begun something new, something brand new and fresh and passionate and exciting has started or has begun. And it's like all of this potential, all of this excitement, all of this like, wow, you know, it's really happening. It's really beginning. It's really starting for me, and I'm excited and I'm energetic. But there's also this grounded peacefulness of what, you know, okay, where do I go with this? Or how do I take this? Or maybe you're just having a moment of gratitude with the universe, saying thank you for this blessing. Thank you for this abundance. Thank you for this expansion in my life. Right? Thank you for these connections around me. Thank you for this wealth. Thank you for this, you know, new creation, this excitement, this new beginning that is filled with, you know, a lot of growth and expanded potential. Okay, but yeah, this is like, I'm ready to go. I'm having fun with this. This is something of maybe your own creation with the Magician, something you've manifested. You've worked really hard to get to this place. And it's finally working out. It's finally building. It's finally, you've gotten to a really good place with it. You've maybe won an award with it. And this is opening up new doorways for you, okay? Or you got the acceptance you were looking for. You got the position, or you started something and it's like really taking off. It's really taking off in a big way. You're getting a lot of maybe people supporting you, celebrating you, buying your things, whatever this may be, okay? But it's like a really, really positive new start that just, it feels like, okay, like I'm good, I'm ready, I'm very much looking forward to this. I'm very much excited about the future and excited about where I can take this, or what's coming in. And I just also feels like you're just so grateful in this moment, and it's like I could stay here for such a long time. Like this moment is something I've worked really hard to get to, and everything I've wanted for such a long time. And so there's almost this grounding in the moment of like, here I am, you know, I've made it, and it feels really, really good and very present. And then there's like this new doorway, also this excitement about what's coming in. Okay, so what is coming in? Let's take a look at that. What is coming in? Okay, and Spirit wants the same deck as we just used. Give this one a good shuffle. What's coming in? So what is this new beginning? What is this exciting new path? What is coming in for pile number 2? Okay. And this one. Okay, so we have the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, so financial security, consistency, saving, you know, a sense of stability financially. Definitely. We have the Empress. Yes, abundance, feeling deserving, feeling wealthy, feeling that creative juice. Wow. Good for you. And the Magician again, and the Queen of Cups. Oh my goodness. Wow. Beautiful energy, Paul, too. I love this energy so much. And I'm very happy for you. And let's check this extra card. Strength. Okay. So I really think you're building something of your own now. It's going to be different what this is, but this is your creation. This is something that you've worked hard to get yourself to, or to get yourself to the point of. This is a creation of your own. And this is going to bring in a lot of financial stability, a lot of feeling of stability in the physical world. Okay? This is about you sitting on the throne, I think, of your own making, of your own creation. Saying, I got myself here, right? This is my business, this is my project. And I think you've had to be very resourceful, right, in your life, in the recent past, to manifest this for yourself, to really, put in the work. But I also think you had to really find within yourself the inner sense of abundance and safety, that, I can do this, that I am deserving, that I think it took a lot of almost rewiring your energy to get you into this point of like, this is mine, this is my life, this is my wealth, this is my creation, I am the one to do this. It really feels like you have lifted yourself, and you have created a very stable foundation energetically for yourself to do this. And now it's time for you to sit on the throne. Now it's time for you to receive back all of the work and all of the strength that you have cultivated within yourself emotionally, to now be reflected back to you in the physical. And we see that with the 10 of Pentacles, right? And the 4 of Pentacles. It's like it's time for things to get really safe and secure physically for you. And to show back to you just how emotionally strong, how strong your love is for yourself, right? Which is the key. It was the key all along. And I think you've been able to get to that place of softness, of compassion for you and love for you, which is the beautiful and the most fertile ground for this manifestation to now happen. And it's all happening now. Right? It's like a cleansing has come through, and it's able to now, it's like there's been a space made for you, and it's like, here you go. It's your time. It's your time to sit on the throne. You are deserving. You are the Queen of Cups. You have the strength. You have the courage to do this. And I think your life, it's like you're really going to feel that sense of a safe, solid foundation beneath you from something of your own making, which is like just going to be so rewarding. It's like you're going to be able to have savings and, spend, get yourself nice things and make your life that much more, luxurious and beautiful. Make yourself feel good, right? It's like, it's really going to help your whole, it's just going to elevate everything. Everything's going to be flourishing within you and outside of you in the most beautiful way. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, so yeah, let's get the energy around you now. Okay, Spirit just wants to keep using the same deck for you, but let's go with it. Who am I to argue with Spirit? Okay. Okay, the energy around you. All right, so we have the 8 of Wands. So very fast moving energy, fast progress, forward movement, a lot of action, a lot of flow forward. Okay, so things are about to get moving in a big way, progressing very quickly. Beautiful. You have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so a lot of reciprocated energy, a lot of support coming your way, a lot of help, a lot of balanced energy. So the energy you put out, you're getting back right away. Okay, as far as finances go, things are going to balance out very well. You're going to receive a lot of success, a lot of people who want to purchase what you're putting out, who want to pay for your services, people who want to help support you and help you along. Wow. And the sun, holy smokes. Wow, pile 2, I am truly, truly happy for you. I am like, wow, this is amazing. Your life is getting so blessed. Okay, I think you have you have almost every single great card already on the table, right? And we've been using the same deck, so it's all coming out, right? So we have like such, it's like things are progressing in such a balanced and reciprocated way as far as energy, right? It's never going to feel like I'm putting, all of this work into something and not getting very little back. Everything is going to feel like I put in, I get back, right? In your personal relationships, in your work especially, this really feels like something of either like a life path or a life creation or a purpose. And it just feels like things feel extremely well-rounded and balanced. And like you're getting really appreciated for how far you've come and for what you've been able to make or create. And it's creating a lot of happiness and fulfillment in your life, in your world, in every, transaction or relationship that you come across with. Is just going to feel like, wow, you're getting blessed beyond belief. The people you run into, right? The things that they have to say to you are just exactly what you needed to hear or wanted to hear, or just filled with love and light, right? And it just feels like there's just this feeling of reciprocated love and gratitude at such a deep level. At such a deep level. It's really beautiful. Your life is just expanding into an entirely new realm of happiness and blessings and fruitfulness, right? Your life, that is, I think the key word for you is your life is becoming extraordinarily fruitful. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. So, things to work or focus on. Now, I don't even know if this will apply, but let's see. Things to work / focus on for pile number 2. What does pile number 2 need to work / focus on? Okay. Okay, so we have strength again with power, okay? Keeping your strength, keeping balance, knowing your power, walking through with power. There we go, 4 of Pentacles again, firm foundation. Staying strong, staying firm with your beliefs, with how it's like you've come so far, and it's like just knowing that strength, feeling that sense of groundedness and safety and abundance, right? Not feeling ungrounded. Like always check in with your own sense of self-power that, you have brought yourself to this point. You have, created this. You have walked through with the courage and power to get yourself here and to keep moving forward with that sense of security and strength. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups, emotional withdrawal. And then the Emperor with authority, again with the 4. You have, 2 8s and 2 4s. Look at that. Wow. Okay, pile number 2, you are truly coming into a deep sense of personal authority, personal power, and don't doubt that. And walk away from anything or anyone who tries to make you feel less than And I really feel like if you ever feel ungrounded or like you're not in power or, you know, not in this energy because you are a leader, you truly have worked something out within yourself, you really have built something of strength and value within you and also within your outer life, you have found a deep sense of personal authority in your world. And if you're ever feeling a little bit ungrounded, they're like, just take yourself out of a situation, come back into balance, connect into that groundedness, right? Your sense of inner strength, that inner lion, right? That mountain, ground yourself into the physical, come back into your power, and then come back into the situation. Because if you ever feel like that, it's either, you know, what's making me feel ungrounded? Who's making me feel ungrounded, right? Is this the right situation for me to be in? Maybe not. Maybe I have to leave, okay? So if you don't feel this sense of confidence and power and authority and firmness, right, foundational strength within you, then take yourself out of a situation that is maybe not meant for you to be in, okay? And so you need to withdraw your energy, withdraw yourself, maybe for a short time, maybe forever, okay? But I really feel like if you're not feeling this sense of strength and balance within you, within a situation, then it's not for you. And that's your way to tell what's meant for you and what's not meant for you. And that can be your compass moving forward, okay? If it's not this sense of, yes, power, I feel good, I feel grounded, I feel safe, I feel stable, I feel this is adding to my life, this is adding to my abundance, this is adding to the love and the reciprocated energy, right? I feel safe, I feel good. And if it doesn't feel that way, okay, I know I need to take myself out. I know I need to move on. All right, so what you don't see, what pile number 2 does not see. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we have grief, we have isolation, and we have facade. Okay. There's this feeling of needing to nurture and almost have fun with your inner child and allowing yourself to have fun. Okay, even though you've had to be very strong or you've built something up and maybe that's taken a lot of work, a lot of self-discipline, there's something here about not waiting to have fun, to enjoy your life, to, you know, let loose, okay? Because I think there was something that maybe your inner child never got to enjoy or experience. Maybe this was, you know, a childhood, and maybe there is grief around loss in some way, or not being able to have a certain aspect of your childhood, okay? But this is saying to have fun, that there's going to be a lot of beautiful invitations and moments and opportunities coming into your life, and to to not deny yourself of them, okay? To live life to the fullest now. Make sure you're always being honored and you're always honoring yourself in these situations. But to make sure that you are letting your inner child lead you in positive ways and having fun, and you can let loose and you can enjoy yourself, and you don't have to be serious all the time. You don't have to be so strong and well put together all the time. You know, to allow yourself to let loose, have fun, do things that are fun, do things that are not so serious, okay? There's almost like something about letting your heart lead you and making sure you have time and giving yourself the time and space to enjoy, to be childlike again, to have a very fun time, a good time, and to kind of just release it all, and that will help you feel balanced and feel strong, okay, and not get burnt out. Okay, pile 2, that was your reading today. I hope this was helpful for you at this time. I hope this helped you along your path. Please let me know in the comments if it did. Also let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you would like to know more about your own personal situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one, pile 2. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your personal reading. All right, we're going to check in on what you need to know personally at this time. We're going to take a look at different aspects of what's going on in the energy right now for you. I also just noticed something really cool that I didn't notice when I was picking the piles, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. You got 12, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How cool is that? Never noticed that before. Awesome. Your rhodonite is your stone. All right, we're going to take a look. So I'll show you here if you missed the intro. So my intention for this, your significator is your current energy. So this is going to be your personal energy. Then we're going to look at the energy around you, what's coming in, things to work / focus on, and what you don't see. Okay, so this is your current energy, which is prosperity begins, Ace of Pentacles, and 6 of Swords, moving on. And you're the only one who got 2 significators here. So it seems like a new beginning's coming in, or a new opportunity. Something's taking root, something's, opening up in your physical world. And this is like almost like a doorway to you moving into the next cycle of life, or moving on to... This is almost going to make your life more peaceful, more easeful, and it's time. It's like this is the transition into the next aspect of life. So there's like a new opportunity, and then you're moving in. So you're in transition to something that is meant to grow in your world, grow in your prosperity. It's an opportunity to root down in the physical. So we're going to get some clarification here on your current energy. And it also, this opportunity helps you leave something that maybe a certain place or aspect of life that you've been in for a while. Helps you move on to the next phase of life. Okay. So we have the Hierophant, Page of Swords, the King of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. yeah, it seems as though this is something that you have been, it's almost like this is something you've been working on within yourself to align yourself with this. That's what I'm getting with the Hierophant and the Seven of Pentacles. I'm getting that they're connected here. And that this has been a long time of work happening underneath the surface with this seed, right? It's like you've been working on yourself and almost getting yourself to this point of maybe self-acceptance, self-growth, learning hard lessons, right? Toiling the soil to make it ready for this next step. Okay, by healing, by growing, by releasing, letting go of attachment, letting go of fear, coming into balance, learning, the hard lessons and working it out. And it feels like it's finally coming through in the physical world. It's finally taking sprout. It's finally coming in. And with these two court cards here, Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles, it's like we're embarking on a new adventure. We're embarking to kind of, it almost makes me feel like to see who we can become, to expand in new ways, to almost, it's almost opening us up into our truest creative potential, or to see what we're made of. But it's not this like testy thing of like seeing what we're made of, but it's like opening you up, and I think you're gonna unleash new aspects of yourself. And I think mostly in the sense of confidence and of passion and creativity. I think this is going to, I feel like I'm being lit up with fire, right? It's almost like engulfing. It's like, it just feels like this new doorway, this moving into this next phase is like, it's here to almost unravel or unleash a new aspect of who you are. Okay, and it's like, it just starts with this kind of curiosity, right? This excitement, this kind of looking in, right, to this new doorway. And it's like, okay, obviously there's lots to learn. There's lots to grow from. There's lots of things to look into and research or try. There's going to be a lot of, I think, trying and trying again. But I think what you're going to get out of this is something that unleashes who you truly are and almost reveals gifts or deepens gifts that you didn't know you had, and puts you in a deeper sense of self-confidence and self-knowing. Okay, so where are we going to go next? We're going to go to what's coming in. So what's coming in for my pile threes? We're going to use the Medieval Feathers Tarot. Okay. Also, I just want to say prosperity begins. This prosperity that you're getting could really help you hone in on a certain talent or skills or reveal more to you. And it just really helps you come into your own. That's really what it feels like, coming into your own. Maybe as a spiritual teacher, healer, creative, okay? But I really feel like you come into a deep sense of peace and self-understanding with this prosperity. All right, this deck's the only one I take reversals, just FYI, there are specific meanings, okay? Wow, okay. 10 of Cups, upright, leadership. Yeah, this is for you to become a leader. And we just saw that, like I was just saying that, right? With the Hierophant and the King of Wands here. This is for you to really come into your own as a leader. And in a fulfilling way, right? In a way that really feels like you, and it feels good, and it feels right. There's something very fulfilling opening up for you. Okay, and this is where you get to shine. You really get to and and who you're meant to just be, right? Not just become, but you are becoming who you are. It's just wild. It's like moving into this next phase. It's lighting you up. It's here to fill more aspects of yourself and show and reveal more aspects of yourself to you. And this is where you shine. This is where you, it's like really get to be who you are. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse with drive. And we have, I almost wanted to, I'm just going to ask Spirit, because I was going to flip this, which way it's meant to come out. Okay, it is meant to come out upright. So 6 of Wands, collaboration. The World, completion, amazing. And the 10 of Pentacles in reverse with investment. Okay, so interesting because you have 9 and 10 of Pentacles in reverse here. Drive and investment. So this prosperity begins. It almost feels like this is an investment into your future. It feels like maybe the path to your fulfillment is your investment, or this prosperity begins, this Ace of Pentacles is an investment into who you're becoming. And we do have the 9 and 10 of Pentacles here on the table. Right? So it just feels like this is something to be built into. This is here, this beginning is here to give you the drive. It's the investment, initial investment into the ultimate growth, into the ultimate foundational wealth, success that you're meant to build yourself, right? That you are meant to grow within and then without, right? And then on the outside. And I think you're meant to grow this in collaboration, right? You're meant to lead and collaborate, but you're meant to be known. You're meant to be seen, right? With the 6 of Wands and, leadership here, it's like you are meant to be known for something. You're meant to be looked at as a leader, as one who is maybe has fulfilled something very big and beautiful in their life, or is becoming something. And in the process of that, or has found some kind of inner peace, inner knowing. And in the process of that, you are building a legacy, right? This opportunity that you are now getting is the drive and motivation and investment into your future, into building this future, into growing this life or this thing into something that is beyond your wildest dreams or imagination. And maybe in building that and becoming that, right, you step up into leadership. It's almost like you become a leader, and in the process, it's almost like you show your process of becoming, right? You show your drive, you show your how you work within this investment, this initial investment, or this initial opportunity that you're getting. And in the process of growing that and building that, you become a leader. You become someone people know. You collaborate with others. You build something of, great worth and value, and love, right? And some place of freedom, and a space of happiness, right? A space of togetherness, okay? And this, I think, is deeply connected to something that you a desire you set out to achieve long ago, or something that you've been really, really, maybe a deep guttural purpose. This is your purpose. This is your, the thing. You are meant to, I think, create your own world, right? You're meant to create your own world. She's uncovering a world behind her, a world of her own making, right? This is you becoming and embracing and setting forth upon and achieving the highest aspect of yourself, the highest aspect of what you came down to earth to achieve. Wow, it's crazy. Like, you really are here to build an empire, but an empire of love, an empire of fulfillment, one that you're meant to lead, one that is meant to grow and to be collaborated with others upon, and create a lot of success and just happiness. Amazing. Okay, so things that you need to work / focus upon. This is really cool stuff. This is something really big here. Knight of Cups and Death. So you may be going through an inner transformation at this time, or there may be things that are still ending in your life, right? Especially as we have the world, there is a completion happening. You are moving on, you're in transition, right? Away from something else. So there still might be things that you need to reflect upon your own energy. Maybe you are going through a bit of an ego death, or there is something about your life that is coming to an end. And so you still might need to sit with that and be within the reflection. Maybe that means you being in a creative process and putting your emotions on paper, through music, or just sitting with yourself and sitting in the dark, sitting in meditation and peace in nature, right? And just being with yourself and letting those emotions come through, maybe grieving, crying or screaming or laughing, or all of these things, making jokes, whatever it might be. But you're in this process of cleansing and reflection, and so I think it's just to be with that for now, because you're going to come out of this very, very shortly. I think you're already in the process of transitioning out of this, but just be with the last remnants of this cleansing. Okay. Okay, and we're going to look at the energy around you with the same deck. Energy around you. High Priestess, Queen of Cups, so very intuitive, very feminine, the Hermit, Ten of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, so you're like right on the tail end. You're still in transition here. You're moving away from an old cycle, from something that didn't work out or something that ended in your life. Feelings of, that just didn't, it wasn't fruitful, or it was just like an old cycle we're moving away from something that just wasn't growing the way we had. It just wasn't the space for us. It wasn't the place to grow our dream, to grow this investment, to grow this legacy. Okay, or it wasn't this space for us to become the leader that we were meant to become. And so right now, the energy outside of you is very internal. It's very inward. So I would say just be with your emotions, right? Try to spend as much time alone as you can in nature, solo, you know, writing, reflecting, going for walks. That's just the kind of energy that is needed by you at this time, to just be with yourself in self-reflection, okay? Because there's something big that we are leaving behind or we've walked away from. And there just needs to be a little bit of looking upon our inner world, our inner emotions, and how we're feeling at this time, and cleansing, reflection, releasing, right? And that just might look like, yeah, going for a walk and being with ourselves, right? It doesn't have to be anything dramatic or big. It's just a little bit of self-peace, right? Just peace within self. Giving ourselves time and space in this maybe short period of pause and reflect, right? And just being there with that before this, you know, this big move, before this big step that we're moving into. Okay, and so let's look at what you don't see. We're going to go to an oracle deck for you guys. What you don't see. Also, this is a major time to really connect in with our intuition and what our intuition is telling us, because the choices going forward are going to be very much heavy on feeling right and feeling good and what feels right for me going forward. So you have to get into a very deep level of trust and inner balance, right? So that we keep following our intuition. It's not clouded by fear or the past or the judgments, right? We have to get very clear on what's my unique path forward and what feels good, instead of, you know, referencing the outer world or referencing the past, right? We have to get very clear on, despite what anyone else says or despite what my, you know, fear may be, what feels right going forward. Okay, so what you don't see, we have the horned cactus, resourcefulness. Okay, so this card talks about being in the desert. There is something, and that's what this feels like, right? We see this kind of desert scape, a place where nothing seems to be growing. Okay. I think in this time, what you haven't seen, because it just maybe feels like you've been in a hard cycle where there hasn't been a lot going on or a lot growing or a lot happening. Maybe it still feels that way. Okay, but there's a very powerful and important resource that is in those times, right? That brings something very powerful out of you, right? That is key for your leadership. And there's also something very important, because in a place that seems like there's nothing, right? In a cactus, there is a resource, there's water. And so even in hard relationships or situations, right? There is good things to be taken out of everything. And it's not this or that, it's this and that, right? So even in what seems like a barren landscape, or something that's not mutually receptive or respectful or whatever it might be, there is still a lesson to be learned. There is still goodness. There is still a resource to be found. Okay, and so I think we've been learning how to really balance our inner energy and take what we can out of every single situation. Okay, and that I really do feel like you're moving beyond this desert and to surrender. Okay, because there is flight. Okay, surrender to what is, because you are in the midst of transformation and coming through the other side transformed, and your situation transformed, and you're stronger because of it, and you know yourself on a deeper level because of it, and you have gained the necessary strengths and resources needed to now begin you on this new powerful reality and place that you're now moving into. Okay, so even if things don't feel like they're comfortable right now, there is something important for you to be taken out of this situation. So, and you will not be here long, okay? So that was your reading here, pile number 3. You're building big things and you're coming into a state of leadership, and that's not going to be the easiest path to walk upon, but it's definitely a rewarding one. And you're going to feel those rewards coming in. You're going to feel that sense of elation and fulfillment for every struggle that you've been through up until this point. All right, so thank you so much. Your life is about to expand in a big way. And so thank you again for coming. Please let me know if you enjoyed this reading, if it was helpful for you at this time in the comments. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another reading. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one, pile number 3. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your personal reading. We're going to take a look at what's going on with your energy, the energy around you, to try to give you some clarity about what's going on at this time. Okay, my intention for your main card was to be your current energy. Okay, so that is the Queen of Cups, the therapist for you at this time. We're going to clarify that, get some more information, and then we're going to look at what's coming in, the energy around you, things to work/focus on, and what you don't see. All right, so your numbers are 8, 5, 11. Your stone is the howlite. And your card, Queen of Cups, the therapist. All right, let's get some clarification here. Maybe you're feeling like a support system at this time. Maybe you're feeling really emotionally balanced, so you want to help. Let's take a closer look here. I'm going to get more information on this one. Okay. Yeah, so we have the Hierophant with wisdom. Something about your wisdom that maybe you're helping other people with. Wow, look at that. The sun with the light. Your light. Wow, and then the devil with temptation. So it seems like you are a bright light to people here. You are shining your light, your wisdom to people who may need your help, who are maybe coming with an issue, an addiction, an attachment. I think you're helping cleanse a lot of energy, a lot of people. I don't know if this is what you do for work, or if you just, help out your family or your friends by listening to them and giving them good advice. Okay, but you are definitely a bright light in this world with a lot of wisdom to give. And you might even be coming into a deeper, or maybe just a, a sense or a path of healing. or deepening into a path of healing, and really taking, it's almost like your gifts are really taking form, or they're deepening in a way that is expanding, or you're feeling more clear upon your path. But I think it's your energy and your path is a very important one. And you help give people hope, you help give people healing, you help them feel free of a darkness, you help them show them the light or show them a new way, that there is a way forward or there is a way out. There is a path to healing, there is a path to growth. Okay, so I really think that you either have an amazing ear, you have an amazing voice, you have a deep connection to the light, you channel, you receive, and you trust yourself, right? And you do help people. You are helping people come away from a darkness of the past, right? They're a certain, shadow, a certain, path that has brought them down into something difficult. I think you're here to release people, to uplift people, to enlighten people, to put them on a good path, a higher path. Okay? You help them literally see the light, feel the warmth, because you are the light. You are this love that people can feel, so they know it's possible, so they know it's real. Okay? And you are this beacon that helps that. That is beautiful. Wow, and look at this, okay? Bottom of the deck, love begins, Ace of Pentacles. You are, and you help them choose wisely. Beautiful. So it's like you work with other people to help them see that there is a new way, there's a path of love, right, where love is beginning. You help people choose wisely, choose a better pathway forward that is more loving, right? That comes from a path of, self-love and deserving and creation, right? Patience and planning. Yes, it might take work, right? But you deserve to have change. You deserve to go towards, a more loving path or a better path for yourself. And I think you might even help people plan a better path or put them towards, give them the resources needed to put them on that path. Okay. So let's take a look at what is coming in. What is coming in for my pile number 4s? We have the Hermit. We have the King of Swords. This almost makes me think, I think self-mastery, especially with the Hierophant, the Hermit, the King of Swords. These are all extremely powerful leaders because of their willingness to not take the easy path, right? They all take the road less traveled, yes, but also they do the work that needs to be done for not just right now, like for what's good going forward. It's like I know I have to put in work and discipline for the future, for not just like instant gratification. There is something here about mastery, self-mastery, but there's also a little bit of a going off on your own path. And let's see what these other cards are. Wow, look at that. King of Wands. And the Seven of Cups. So this is what's coming in. Okay. I just want to check the bottom of the deck just to get clear. Look at that. Look who's on the bottom, the Hierophant. And the Queen of Swords. You have the King and the Queen. And the Hierophant. Okay. So that gave me what I needed to know. This is a path. What's coming in is no more confusion about your path or about the effects, like how you can ask yourself, am I really helping people, right? This is kind of like, and maybe there's a lot of things up in the air of like, this is almost confusion, maybe too much going on, or maybe things just feeling like potentials, okay? But I really feel like something is grounding into the physical where you are truly knowing yourself as a leader. And that is very, very clear to you. It's almost like there's no more confusion or muddled energy of like, am I on the right path? Is this really helping people? Is this my purpose? There could be those questions that have been, kind of going around, or like, how do I help people? Or how do I best put my best foot forward to, fulfill this purpose? I really feel like it's becoming very, very clear to you. And you might be going down a path now of maybe where you're going to have a lot less people around you or a lot less distraction around you. And so it almost really makes you focus on yourself, your path of your purpose, okay? And because we have so many core cards here, and we have the Hierophant came out twice, we have the Hermit. It's all very like individual, but it's all very, high-end mastery, right? So this is about you becoming a leader, but becoming so focused in on that leadership, on that purposeful, path of mastery, of clarity of that mastery, clarity of your wisdom, clarity of the way in which you help or lead people to the light, where it's really there's not going to be a doubt in your mind anymore, or the path isn't going to feel muddled anymore. It's going to feel very, very focused, very clear, okay? And I think your day-to-day life is coming into order, where you wake up and you're focused and you know what you have to do, and this makes you a very powerful leader. This makes you I think you're about to shine. Maybe you're going to blow up in a big way. But yeah, there's something here where it's like, it just like the path focuses in such a big way. Yeah, so this card wanted to flip out. This is the Six of Pentacles. I think you are receiving something. This could be appreciation. This could be some kind of support. But it really helps, I think, the next part of your path open up or become very clear. And I think this next part of your path that you're going down is the next evolution of your purpose and your self-mastery and your self-growth. And it's here to release any confusion, release any muddled energy. And I think it's really to help just dream or vision come into reality and ground into the reality. I think you're becoming the master, the leader who can actually make this happen. And it's going to feel very focused and very purposeful. Okay, so let's look at things to work on, focus on. And that's going to be an oracle. Things to work on / focus on. Jeweled web, connectivity. Oops. It's too many. Okay, and then we have the bottom of the deck, we have mindful groupthink. And these are interesting together. It gave me the clarity that I needed. Because we have jeweled web, connectivity, meaning everything is connected. And I really think this is very fast. Okay, the message is coming in now. Okay. This is about being part of the whole, and that's how you help people. You're very connected with everyone in an energetic form, and that is how you help people. But you're almost meant to move almost into an isolation period, a period of where you are connected to the whole because you're still helping people, but you're also disconnecting from groupthink, meaning you're watching a lot less readings, you're watching a lot less news or YouTube and period or television. You're meant to disconnect from the outer voices because you're meant to connect in with your own unique voice and vision and truth. And that's how you are going to best help and serve the collective, the whole, by connecting in with your own personal connection, right? And listening to that and letting that guide you. And that's how you become this true, strong leader. And that's how you cut the noise out of your energy, cut the confusion, cut the muddledness, is connecting in with your own divine truth, your own true sense of source, your own true sense of light. That is your only source and will be your only source of information and food and energy that you're going to need. Okay, that is going to help you feel the most connected, feel the most aligned, in tune, clear, okay, and most capable of helping people. And it will make you more capable of truly helping others. It's almost like you're going to receive from the light and only the light, and you will expel the light in its truest form instead of filling our mind and our energy with confusion, with muddledness, with other people's opinions and fears, and polarities. Okay, so it's time to cleanse the vibration within ourselves so that it's always coming from a truth and not from anything else. Okay, so that's very fascinating. So it's time to focus on your own true connection with Source and only that one, and focus on that and receive from that, and stop doubting yourself and stop listening to people outside of you for your truth, okay? Because it just creates confusion and fills your mind with things that aren't important or necessary. Okay. All right, so let's look at the energy around you. Illusion. So this is part of that groupthink. So there is a lot of illusion around you, and that's also the 7 of Cups. Okay, so there's a lot of illusion around you in people's opinions or judgments about you or what you do, and also just within media in general. It can create a lot of self-delusion, illusion, confusion. And that's what we're trying to move away from, because we just want that pureness, that pure connection to Source and Source energy. And that's what we're here to connect to. Because, And then we have consequence. So yeah, there's almost these illusions around you are making you feel like maybe you're doing something wrong or bad. And maybe you're taking that on. And maybe they're actually creating negative consequences that are unnecessary. Okay? They are unnecessary. And so can we get a couple more cards here? Determination. And determination is also focus, right? With focus and determination, look, you're going to hit it out of the park. You're going to be the best. You're going to be a true master, a true leader, a way shower. Okay, someone people look to, someone who hits the ball out of the park. And then we have support. Yeah. So, and unity. Beautiful. Support and unity. So illusions create unnecessary consequence. Makes us feel like we're doing something negative, wrong, bad. And the truth is that if we have determination and focus, we will receive all of the support that we need. Look, we see this man, this authority, carrying this little girl's stuff for her, right? Supporting her, carrying the heavy stuff, right? Making life easier for her. This could be, this is really reminding me of like Source, like, let me help you, let me support you, let me move things for you, let me make life easier for you instead of more difficult, instead of feeling like, it's this punishment, or life is this punishment, or you're getting these negative consequences because you're believing negative things, you're believing things that aren't true. Okay. Let me support you. Just stay determined, stay focused on doing what you do and doing it the best, right? And just receiving support from me, receiving guidance from me. Okay, let me guide you. Let's work together. Look, unity and pleasure. This is meant to be me and you working together, right? Hand in hand, side by side, right? Come to me, ask me for help, right? And helping others with my support, with my love, right? Leads to pleasure. It leads to better circumstances, better outcomes, more fun, more joy. Okay? Beautiful. Now let's see what you don't see. What pile 4 does not see? This is the only deck that I take reversals, by the way, because there are specific meanings in this deck. So what? Whoa. Maybe. Yeah, there's that feeling of like muddledness, like too much all at once. It's confusing. What you don't see. Look at that. The sun, blessings. Yes. Came out upright. The sun, blessings. You don't see how blessed and how much light. We had the sun twice now, right? How many blessings and how much light, first of all, you're going to receive by cutting out these illusions from your life. And all of these outer voices, and yeah, like I'm really getting a lot of readings and a lot of YouTube videos that feel very polarizing, stuff like that. Social media. But I also feel like you don't see just how many blessings are in your life and how much of a blessing you are to the world and to other people. Okay. And yes, wow. What is with this? Okay. 7 of Cups, individuality. Yeah. and Two of Coins, choice. And this is the same image. So with Seven of Cups, individuality, and I love that that is the key word for this Seven of Cups. It's your choices are your own, right? And it's you're meant to get clear upon that, from receiving that from Source, from the Sun, receiving your blessings, receiving your light, receiving love, receiving that energy, right? So that because you have a very individual path, because you are a leader, right? So you're meant to make choices that are very unique and your own and come from Source itself. And so you have to get extremely clear on what that is, because it's not going to resonate with other people if you talk to them about it, or other people are going to think you're strange or weird or wrong or whatever, right? That's the illusion. Or the illusion is that you're just this, maybe you're delusional, right? That you are filled with light, that you are on a unique journey, an individual path of your own, filled with love and blessings, and where you're meant to share those blessings. And you have to make your own choices that are unique, different, right? That come from Source, that come from your own unique journey, and not from the group think, right? The filled with fears and filled with temptations and darkness, or their own shadows. Okay, you are meant to be led by Source itself in the light of the path of light, and make choices from that place. And so it's time to start getting more focused on your own individual journey and your own individual information, and on the pull and information that you receive. Okay? So I think a lot more blessings are going to come into your path. I think a lot of beautiful choices of a very unique nature are entering your life, and blessings of a very unique nature. And I think it's going to make your path more and more clear. Okay. So that was your reading today, pile number 4. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments if it was. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to know more about your own unique path, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, pile number 4. All of my love. Peace.